mind of Georgia? What do you think about first? Mountain?
Wine.
Good people.
What?
Song.
Yes. Wine, Khachapuri, Saakashvili, song. I also know people who imagine a young from a restaurant in Tbilisi. We came there from the airport to enjoy delicious dishes and tasty drinks, including Georgian wine and even harder drinks. Everything was great, and one of the tastiest things in Georgia is tarragon drink, or it is called tarpun in Ukraine, Russian. It is a soft drink similar to lemonade, and it is as widespread in Georgia as borjomi. It's very tasty. Live music and dance was there, and everything was just great. We had shashlik and moved to Gudauri ski resort in the north of the country. By the way, one of the most exciting moments of the trip was also in the restaurant, when the singer performed the famous Ukrainian song Chornobylцы на сей ламати. It was so thrilling to feel themselves at home while actually being in distant lands. The next day I returned to Tbilisi in order to make a tour of the city, and I got to know that the country is really ancient. It was a part of the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago, and do you know that Apostle Andrew founded Georgian Orthodox Church in the 1st century, a millennium before the Kievs became Christian. And Georgians are especially proud of King Vakhtang, who liberated the country from Persians in the 5th century, King David, who crushed Turkish invaders and built one of the most powerful states of the time in the 12th century, and Queen Tamara, whose government is regarded as the golden age of Georgia. She governed in the 12th century also. I saw many lovely buildings in Tbilisi, and the historical center is not spoiled by tall buildings or unnecessary advertising. Moreover, new developments are encouraging. For example, less than a year ago, a new bridge made of glass was built. It is called Bridge of Peace and unites the old city and the new city. And it was constructed by an Italian architect, and it's very nice. Tbilisi is located on hills around Riva Kura, and the bridge stands at the foot. As a result, this bridge can be seen from a large area, and it's very romantic. And many more new buildings, and I am sure that those buildings will be also wonderful, will be built near this bridge to make the country even more attractive to tourists. I would say that modern Georgia doesn't speak Russian well. I saw quite a few people who don't even understand Russian, but everybody was easygoing and helpful. For example, a young policeman introduced me to an older colleague who managed to give me the right advice. And also, skiing is great in Georgia. We were in Gudauri, a famous ski resort, and there are many quite challenging and tough ski roads. And the most demanding people can even use a helicopter to get to the highest peaks where there is no ski lift, and skiing is really challenging. So that's all was interesting. You said that Georgia is about borjomi, wine, Saakashvili, and something else. I would tell that it's a place where many different things meet together. It snows in the mountains when spring flourishes in Tbilisi. The country maintains ancient culture, traditions, and language, and at the same time it develops one of the most rapidly growing economies in the world. By the way, GDP growth in Georgia is much better than in Ukraine, and Georgia was affected by the financial crisis much less than Ukraine. And I would also like to say that the country is very friendly to people. There are many easygoing people, despite the country being fiercely defending its independence. And one more thing about Georgia. We stopped in the mountains just because our driver had to do some maintenance work. And we stopped near one of many castles in Georgia. And it happened that that castle was built in the 17th century, and it is on the tentative list for inclusion into the UNESCO World Heritage Site Program. That's amazing. It seems that each place in Georgia is special in some way or another. Georgians say that their land is the most beautiful in spring, where blossom is shining. That's why I'm going to repeat my trip at such times in this country to get more positive impressions.